Syfe breathes new life into the old fitness center, and we take a look into the heritage behind Black History Month. Welcome to Sbu TV News. I'm Coleman.
And I'm Sara Maurer. An old Bonaventure building is getting a second chance. Sbu TV's Michelle Clark reports.
Remember this building? Since the opening of the Richter, the Olean Fitness Center hasn't seen action from Bonnie students. But one university program, Students in Free Enterprise, plans to change that.
The old fitness center has been basically only utilized for tennis for the last year. And what we're looking at, what the university is looking at, is how they can basically sort of increase the usage and probably try to generate some revenue streams.
Syfe plans to shed some light on these dark and empty courts with community members of Olean, Allegheny, as well as Bonaventure students.
We're trying to hit more of the outside community just because it'll create, more awareness outside the community.
Syfe also plans to offer a program that benefits tennis players and their children.
When the people there, they can just bring their kids. It's from 6 to 7:30, and then they can just, leave their kids. They'll be in a close proximity while they're playing tennis, so safe and everything.
For Sbu TV, I'm Michelle Clark.
If everything goes according to Syfe's plan, the first tennis clinic is scheduled for February 28th.
As Black History Month comes to an end, some Bonaventure students put the achievements of civil rights workers into perspective.
These are the faces of the people who shape the world in which we live in today. Black History Month exists because of them.
These people gave their lives to fight for what's right. They knew in the long run this will be something that will affect generations to come.
They're putting their faith into action. They were protesting and basically standing for what they believed in.
6 Bonaventure students ventured to Alabama, where the heart of the civil rights movement took place.
Going through this experience, I saw the way people have struggled in the past.
Unfortunately, the rest of the book on the civil rights movement is yet to be written. Issues such as discrimination and poverty continue to this day.
There was a civil rights struggle of the past, and there's a civil rights struggle yet to go today.
The civil rights movement is not over yet, and there is still a lot of work to be done.
The civil rights struggle of today encompasses not just one issue, but many different issues and need to be attacked many different ways.
I challenge you to not, close your eyes or, shut your brains off to situations like these, and to actually go out there and not ignore the truth.
For Sbu TV News, I'm Natalia Pinto.
Black History Month continues throughout the month of February.
Do you think a casino is the only place where you can gamble? Well, think again. Justin Fields reports.
Had a raise. It's a raise, 500.
With the help of movies like Rounders and the broadcast of Texas Hold'em on television, poker has evolved from something that was once just a game and is now a worldwide phenomenon.
No time, come on, take!
The World Series of Poker is a yearly event which is broadcast on ESPN. In 1995, the winner took home a first-place prize of $1 million. 10 years later, the purse grew to $7.5 million. The poker craze has moved from TV to the computer. The newest way for players to get their fix is by playing on sites such as Party Poker, Poker Stars, and Poker Room.
I probably started around just over a year ago. My friends were playing and stuff, so I just got into it. My friend Alex transferred me some money on Poker Stars, which is what I'm playing right now.
It is illegal for an online poker site to be based within the United States, but in other countries, such as the United Kingdom, online poker is legal and regulated. In May of 2005, over 1.8 million people were registered users, playing with real money.
It's more convenient. You can get right into a game without having to wait.
It's fun to play cards, and you'll go and you'll start winning money, and you'll play bigger pots, and then you'll win some more and play bigger pots, and then either you lose or you cash out. And it's just it's a rush.
You're right, Teddy. The ace didn't help me. I flopped the nut straight.
For Sbu TV, I'm Justin Fields.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call this toll-free number for help, 800-437-1611.
The Road to Guantanamo premiered Tuesday at the 56th Berlin Film Festival. The film was created by a British duo who plan on revealing what the U.S. prison in Cuba was really like for the unfortunate detainees. CNN reporter Chris Burns brings us their story.
This way. Don't let him look. Don't let him look.
It's a story told by three youths from Tipton, England.
You're now the property of the U.S. Marine Corps. This is your final destination.
Ruhel, Shafiq, and Asif, played by three young actors, wind up in the middle of the U.S.-led war on terror in the docudrama The Road to Guantanamo. After traveling to Pakistan for a wedding in September 2001, they go on to Afghanistan around the same time U.S. airstrikes begin. They lose their friend Munir in the chaos as the Taliban regime falls. They're captured. They say they're beaten and interrogated by U.S. and British agents before they're sent to the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center for 2 years without charges.
If you were Arab, that was it. You were a member of Al-Qaeda, no matter what. The stories that we used to hear from the other detainees, what used to happen to them in interrogation, and seeing people get beaten as well in front of us.
Despite international criticism, America insists that the conditions inside Camp X-Ray are humane.
Consistent with the Geneva Convention for the most part.
The film's British director sought to lift the veil on a place that remains shrouded in secrecy.
If I said to you 5 years ago there'd be an American prison in Cuba where people were being held without trial, you'd have thought I was crazy.
After the Tipton 3 were released in March 2004, they told their story to Winterbottom and his co-director Matt Whitecross, who compiled more than 600 pages of accounts, living with him for a month.
They're very, very down-to-earth, very normal people.
The youths did have a mission in going to Afghanistan, though they insist it was humanitarian.
So we just went to see what's going on and help the brothers.
And they say the detainees they knew at Guantanamo weren't the terrorists the U.S. government portrays them to be. The West, not just the United States, has been struggling lately to repair its image in the Muslim world, and the timing of this film could heighten tensions. But director Michael Winterbottom says the film has only one aim: to shut down Guantanamo. Chris Burns, CNN, at the Berlin Film Festival.
Were you obsessed with Beverly Hills 90210? Couldn't get enough of Dawson's Creek? Then you might just be prone to the latest television addiction. Meghan Backus has more.
Sexy, scandalous housewives. Struggling doctor interns in extreme home makeovers are taking many St. Bonaventure students away from the books and to their television sets on Sunday nights. Students and viewers across the nation are hooked to Extreme Home Makeover, Desperate Housewives, and Grey's Anatomy.
Extreme Makeover is good to watch because, you know, it's real life.
I think the public just got tired of reality television is attaching on to scripted shows.
Well, I used to watch ER all the time, and there hasn't been a show on like ER in a really long time, and Grey's is kind of like it.
I think Desperate Housewives is because it's like the nighttime soap opera, and I think everyone just loves the drama, especially girls.
Women aren't the only ones watching regularly.
It's something to do. I've watched it a couple of times. I like the show, and there's really nothing to do on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Football's not on.
According to the Nielsen ratings, Extreme Makeover, Grey's Anatomy, and Desperate Housewives have totaled 59 million viewers already this season. But not everyone is tuning in.
I don't have time for it. I really don't. I do my work. I don't know. I just never got into the. Everyone's like Desperate Housewives, but I don't.
No, I don't even know what shows are on Sunday nights.
Okay, well, there's the Desperate Housewives, Grey's Anatomy.
I think they kind of seem like girl shows.
For Sbu TV, I'm Meghan Backus.
Desperate Housewives won the Golden Globe for the Best Comedic TV Series this January. You can watch the shows on ABC between 8 and 11 p.m. Sunday night.
Every 4 years, the Olympics take over network television, but are young Americans making the connection, or are they tuning this tradition out? Sbu TV's Colin Cash takes a look.
The 20th Winter Olympics have soared onto television screens across the world. These games are filled with memorable moments, local heroes, fast-paced action, death-defying crashes, and high-flying acrobatics. But, as the Nielsen ratings show, that's not stopping audiences from changing the channel to other popular shows.
If I had more time, I would watch them. I like sports, but I think that a lot of girls aren't interested in sports as much, and they'd rather watch like American Idol.
Changing the channel, it's just normally because like it gets repetitive. Sometimes the events they show like 17 times in a row.
These winter games have added new, more exciting events like halfpipe and snowboarder cross, in hopes of getting younger viewers to change the channel back to the winter games.
Important to go big on this bottom air to leave that lasting impression in the judges' minds. The judges are at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, I thought the snowboarding was good. I watched that because the Americans in both the men's and women's were really good.
I really like the bobsled and the downhill skiing just because with the downhill skiing those guys go all out and it seems like it's really fun and it looks dangerous. I like to ski.
And the snowboarding and all that, it's like more of like a younger person's sport, it seems.
Skiing and snowboarding don't have to be your favorite events to enjoy these winter games. The Olympics have a variety of other options for every viewer to enjoy.
I've been watching figure skating. It's actually really interesting because they actually do some pretty tough stuff. The one sport that I actually really do like a lot is curling.
Probably curling. I was watching it late the other night. It's interesting and it's different and it really takes a lot of skill.
For Sbu TV, I'm Colin Cash.
The Olympics end February 26th. You can catch all the action on NBC or any of its affiliate stations.
When we come back, Sean Mullen gives us a look into sports.
Let's sit down for a second, okay, sweetie? Hey, Kayla, there's Mary from your class.
Hi, Mary! Hi, Kayla! Come and play!
Oh, sweetie, sweetie. Why don't you go play with those kids over there?
Why?
Imagine the power of one voice. Find yours at freedomcenter.org.
Welcome back. Sean Mullen joins us now with sports. Sean?
Thanks, Kara. It was a busy week for the St. Bonaventure men's basketball team as the Bonnies faced off against two Atlantic 10 foes. On Sunday, the Rowdies welcomed Richmond to the Riley Center, hoping for their first win of 2006. First half, Isaiah Carson finds Paul Williams for the layup and the foul. Williams had 13 points in the game. Later in the half, it was A.J. Hawkins taking the ball high off the glass for 2 of his 5 points, and then it was Williams again with the steal of his own and the dunk. The Bonnies had an 8-point lead at the half. Second half action, Teron Diggs takes the ball down the lane and scores 2 points. Then it was Ahmad Smith hitting for 3 of his game-high 24 points. The Richmond Spiders tried to keep the game close with a 3 here from the corner, but this day belonged to the Bonnies as they ended an 11-game losing streak and cruised to a 71-57 decision over the Spiders for their first A10 victory of the season. The Bonnies hope to carry some momentum into Wednesday's game at LaSalle, but All-American candidate Stephen Smith scored 22 points to lift the Explorers to a 74-62 victory over St. Bonaventure. Ahmad Smith led the Bonnies with 17 points. The Bonnies are now 7-16 overall and 1-11 in the A10. The women were in action on the court this week as well. Head coach Jim Cawley and his Bonnies look to end a 3-game losing skid against George Washington on Sunday at the Riley Center. In the first half, Stephanie Collins knocks down 3 of her team-high 11 points. GW forward Jessica Simmons posts up down low for 2 of her game-high 14 points, but Ashley Edwards responds with a nifty reverse layup of her own. The Bonnies struggle on defense as the triple team doesn't work and Keenan Cole's left wide open for the bucket. St. Bonaventure trailed at the half by 9. In the second half, Audrey Letendres tried to pull the Bonnies back with a three-point ball from the top of the key, but it was all George Washington as Cole hit from the corner. Colonials won this one 62-41. The Bonnies fell to 8-15 overall and 2-10 in the conference play. In tennis action last weekend, the St. Bonaventure men's team lost 7-0 in both matches. The Bonnies fell to Penn State on Saturday and lost to 49th-ranked University of Pennsylvania on Sunday. The Bonnies are now 2-5 in the dual matches this season. Things were not much better for the women as they lost a pair of matches last weekend, falling to 0-4 this season. On Saturday, the Bonnies fell 4-3 to Providence and lost by the same margin to Albany on Sunday. Senior captain Jasmine Jasing won both of her singles matches. The St. Bonaventure women's lacrosse team finished with a 2-5 record in the Atlantic 10 last season. With spring approaching, the Bonnies have high hopes for a fresh start on this season. Sbu TV's Zach Beach has more.
In just a few weeks, the St. Bonaventure women's lacrosse team will move from the hardwood to the field as the 2006 season gets underway. The team boasted a winning record in 2005, but head coach Tony Zostant hopes better things lay ahead.
We were 10-6 last year. We thought that most teams would think that's a pretty good season. We thought that was a mediocre season for us. And we want to get back to the A-10s, and our goal is to win them.
We want to win the Atlantic 10 Conference this year. It's something we haven't done yet as a team. We've made it there. We didn't make it last year, and so hopefully this year we're going to win it.
We want to win all of our A-10 games, which would be awesome. Win all of our home games. We would like to be ranked offensively and defensively.
With all the objectives laid out, there's only one question that remains. Who will step up to replace last year's leading scorer, Kelly Chavez, who graduated in May?
Sarah Dressler's a senior, been with the program for 4 years, so this is her year to shine.
Dressler spent time in Europe last summer working on her game.
It makes your game a little bit more tighter, so it was really nice to be able to learn those skills over there, and you see how hard they practice.
Zostant will rely on his veterans, but he expects his rookies to contribute immediately.
Faas, who is going to be an outstanding freshman for us. Can't wait to get her on the field, and I'm sure people are going to see her name in the paper quite a bit.
Is Faas ready for the challenge?
I've played in a lot of tournaments over summer with pretty good competition, so I think I'm ready. And we played fall ball tournaments.
As for Zostant, he enjoys his job when his team works hard.
I enjoy teaching, and that it's good to interact with a bunch of 20 student athletes and have some fun and get some laughs, but at the end of the day, you've been productive.
For Sbu TV, I'm Zach Beach.
The Bonnies will open their season March 14th when they host Canisius. The men's and women's swimming and diving teams were both in second place after day 2 of the Atlantic 10 Championships in Buffalo. The men trail UMass by 45 points, while the women are 70 points behind Richmond. The Bonnies are hosting the 2006 A-10 Championships at the Flickinger Center at Erie Community College in Buffalo. And that's all for sports. Back to you, Kara. We'll have updates on the scores from the A-10 Championships next week.
Great. We'll look forward to those updates, Sean. And stay tuned to see what Chef Rachel Ceccarelli is cooking up for us in this week's edition of College Cooking 101.
There is really only one boy. One girl, one tree, one forest, one ocean, one mountain, one sky, and one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it.
This week, Chef Rachel Ceccarelli cooks up an abbreviated version of chicken parmesan.
If you're dying for a good Italian meal and don't want to spend the money going out to dinner, I'll make a quick chicken parm for you today, college style. Take one chicken breast and put it in the egg. Coat the entire chicken breast with egg. Put breadcrumbs on a plate or a bowl, whichever you prefer. Next, take your chicken breast and coat it with the breadcrumbs. Take oil and heat it in the pan until it's just sizzling. Put it on about medium heat. When the oil's heated and bubbly, put your chicken breast in there. The key is you want the oil to be hot because otherwise you're going to have the oil taste on your chicken and it's going to be really gross. While your chicken sizzles, take a jar of store-bought sauce and put it in a microwave-safe bowl. Like I said, this is college style, so we're going to make it as easy as possible. It's very important that you check your chicken regularly. See that? The nice brown color, that's a good thing. It's not done. You need to cook it until it's white on the inside. If it's not cooking fast enough and you're in a hurry, you can always cut it in half. That'll speed up the process. In the same pan, remove the oil and take your heated pasta sauce. Put your chicken with it. Cover the chicken with mozzarella cheese. Tight shot. If you wish, you can turn it back on low heat and cover with a lid. And cover the chicken with the remaining sauce. Maybe next week I'll actually make something healthy. For College Cooking 101, I'm Rachel Ceccarelli. Enjoy.
Stay tuned with us next week for College Cooking 101.
And that's all for Sbu TV News. I'm Coleman.
And I'm Sara Maurer. For Sean Mullen and all of us here, thanks for watching. We now leave you with clips from the men's basketball game against Richmond.